Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn and in today's video I will share with you my exact strategy for getting clients and sales from my teeny tiny Instagram. And the reason why I want to record this video is because I recently shared this approach in my stories and I showed how I get a 25x return on my ad investment from the strategy, and I had quite a few people reaching out also in the recent Facebook bootcamp that I did that wanted to know more about what I post, how I drive traffic, and how I actually manage to convert people. So this is what this video is all about, and I will not hold anything back. I will give you all the details about the strategy so that you can go ahead and implement. I'll even going to share a planner with you. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll let you know how you can get that. All right, so without further ado, let me quickly walk you through the strategy. So as I told you, I shared this in my stories. So my main offer is a low ticket membership that has two tiers. One was $49, now it's $97 a month, and one was $197 and now it's $297 a month, which is a light and a premium tier. Currently the membership is closed. If it's something you're interested in, then you can get on the waiting list, which I will link down below. Point is, I'm getting sales for my membership from my Instagram account consistently. A couple of months ago, when the iOS 14 changes really kicked in and hurt the conversion campaigns on my account so that my profitability was decreasing fast and tremendously, I switched from running conversion campaigns to low ticket lead generation campaigns and to leverage my organic content. That's the background. Ever since then, I only enrolled clients and members from my Instagram account, but that almost on a daily basis. So the screenshot that I shared here is from my ClickFunnels account where people sign up. And that one is really interesting because I was sick for a few days, which is when I didn't post on my Instagram. And once I went back to posting, I immediately got people signing up again. So in this week, when I talked about the strategy, I had 6 people signing up for my membership. So that was 2 new premium members for the $197 and 4 new light members for the $49. So that's a weekly total of $492 in monthly recurring revenue added to my business. Because the beautiful thing about memberships is that people don't pay once, they pay you every month, and you only have to make the sale once, but then it's recurring, relatively stable monthly income, which I think is a beautiful strategy for coaches to escape this revenue roller coaster. Anyways, so this week, only from my membership, 6 people added, monthly recurring revenue added of $492. And you can also see how being sick and not posting affected this. So here I shared a little bit about my lead generation campaign. So to make this strategy happen, especially if you have a really small profile, if you already have quite a few followers on Instagram and you're growing well organically and you're getting enough reach organically, then you might not need to run ads. But if you're a small account like me, and I would say anything below 3,000 followers doesn't even get recommended yet. So you wanna use low budget, low risk ads to leverage your way out of this really, really slow beginner phase. Because the problem is you can put out the best content in a sense of will open up a gap and make people want to go with you and convert. But if you're not getting enough eyeballs on it, there's no point, right? We need the content and we need the traffic. If we don't have the traffic, we can put out content daily, the perfect content, the highest converting content, we will not get any people. So that's why, because I'm so small and I started this game really late, I really just started to take my Instagram serious a couple months ago when I couldn't use paid ads the way I was able to before the iOS 14 update, because conversion campaigns just so massively dropped in performance and were not giving me good result anymore. This is when I started to focus on my Instagram. So it's 2021. That's really late and I'm in the niche where I help coaches, which is considered the making money online niche. So I'm really, really far behind, right? And if I don't use at least a tiny ad budget to put some gasoline in my fire, there's no chance that I get enough reach to get clients. So I shared what I'm doing with ads, and the way I like to approach things is I love a low risk ad approach. So I always want to trade dollars for assets, which is why I'm not doing any brand building campaigns, and I'm not a super fan of video view campaigns or something like that. For me, the perfect top of funnel campaign for everyone that's a coach, course creator, or wants to build the personal brand online and make a living selling their knowledge and their expertise and helping others like that. Even affiliate marketers actually are in that tier. For you, the perfect top of funnel campaign objective is a lead generation campaign, because only that way you can make sure that you get an immediate return on your ad spend, which is an email address. And if I think about an email address on my list, on an average is worth $12 to me. That's not a lot. The average for most online marketers is $36. So I'm like really weak when it comes to this part of email marketing, but that's also because I'm on a low ticket strategy. I am not feeling aligned with high ticket coaching, and that's why it makes it harder for me to have such a high value per email subscriber. But even if you think of it like that, if you look at the campaign right now that I have open, I pay 0.65 cents, euro cents per email subscriber, and one email subscriber is worth $12 for me. So the return here is insane. And that's why I say always top of funnel, trade something for the dollars that you spend so you have something immediately built in your business. This is why I love to run a lead generation campaign. So in that week, when I was generating an additional monthly recurring revenue of $492 from 6 members, I spent also $262 in ads. So that's a net profit in this week of $229.12. So now you're like, okay, that's actually kind of low before tax, and that's not enough to make a monthly living. But you have to consider that it's a membership, and I have a customer lifetime value, member lifetime value of $957.91. This is calculated from my Stripe account. In there, I can see my subscriber churn rate, so I can see how long people stick with me before they leave the membership. So that's why I can calculate my customer lifetime value, and that is at $957, which means that the actual worth generated for my business in this week after the expenses was $5,518.34, which is pretty high. And that's then a 25x return on my ad spend. And this is with a really, really, really tiny following. So this is why the strategy is something that I really want to recommend to every coach, especially every coach that is new there, doesn't have a huge audience, huge following, and kind of depends on generating cash flow and converting people quickly into their business. Okay, with that being said and the stage set, I now want to share with you what's content that converts. So we will dive into the traffic part in a second, because as I said, it doesn't help to have the right type of content if you don't get enough of the right eyeballs on it. This is why we need to drive targeted traffic. And then we will talk about that in a second, and I will show you the actual campaign that I run. I show you my strategic freebie. I will really reveal everything I'm doing here. But we need to talk about the content for a second first, okay? So content that converts, there are two types. One type is social proof. That's the biggest leverage that you can have for your business, is sharing results of people that have worked with you and feedback that they give you. So you can see I have an endless, infinite stream of my members getting results and sharing how many sales they got, how many clients they got, how their income increased since they joined the membership, how their ads are profitable since day one, things like that. So I have really an infinite amount of social proof, and this runs like a TV commercial in my stories every single day, every time someone signs up for my premium program, which happens almost every day, maybe every other day. Right now, as I said, the membership is closed, but people can apply for a qualification call, and if it's a good fit, I allow them to still get in the premium tier, which is the one with the weekly group coaching calls. And every time someone signs up, I immediately make a screenshot, I remove their name, everything, so it's anonymous, but I immediately share it with my followers to say, hey, people are going with me, right? Every time a member gets a win, which is daily, I take a screenshot, I put it in my stories, and of course also to my story highlights, so I have just this collection, because social proof is the #1 form of content that converts. If you don't have social proof yet, what you can do is you can really start to help people for free. On my YouTube channel, you find strategies on how to quickly set up and grow a Facebook group around your personal brand where you can help people and where you can get access to an abundance of these social proof screenshots, which are also a huge asset for your business when it comes to converting. So you probably want to check that out. But I just want to give you that. If you focus on nothing else than leveraging social proof, then that's it. Now, of course, we also need to provide other content than just screenshots. And here, there are 3 key elements which make content convert, okay? And it needs to be insightful. It will only be insightful if it comes from genuine experience and if it reveals your personality and your value. Those are the 3 pillars of content that converts. And I see so many of my members reaching out to me and say, I put out all these value posts, I share all this knowledge, and people are still not coming with me. And this is because the way they approach it is they Google a topic online, they go through blog posts, they collect the most valuable pieces of information, compile it, and put their own stamp on it. But it doesn't connect because this kind of knowledge is cold and it doesn't come from their genuine experience. So what they will be able to share will always be less authentic and less insightful than things they share that come from genuine experience. And I think if you just think about this video that you watch right now, how much deeper does it go and how much more insight into what I'm actually doing does it deliver than when you compare it with other YouTube videos that talk about creating content that convert and it just give you a few bullet points, but you're still like, okay, I don't have any tangible examples. I understand it in theory, but how am I actually going to put that out there? And because I want you to be able to put it out there, I've created this posting planner for you. So if you want to have that, go on Instagram, check out @growwithevelyn. Ideally, if you like what I'm doing there, follow me and send me a direct message with the word posting planner and I'll get this over to you. So, and don't worry, I'm not one of those people that say, send me a direct message and then I start the sales conversation with you and I pitch you something at the end. No, you know what's on the shelf in my business. It's my membership. You can't even join right now. So don't worry. You can just send that. I get you the planner over. That's all. We stay in touch. Anyways, the planner. Here's a quick introduction. And then I tell you the types of content that you need. I give you 50 Instagram Reel ideas that work for coaches, course creators, everyone that wants to build their brand online. Shareable content. We talk about carousels, IGTV, and proof. And then about stories that sell. And I also give you a daily posting schedule. Okay. So here are the types of content that you need. You need to think about your content on Instagram like a funnel. So we need to have the awareness phase where people actually learn that we exist and kind of get a vague understanding of what we do. Then we have the consideration phase where they on a more deeper level understand what we do, why we do it, and why it applies to them. And they start to think about if we are someone that can help them in solving their problems. And then we have the conversion phase. This is when they really say, okay, I need to do something right now, and I want to do it with this person. And so this is the funnel. And on each stage of the funnel, we need to have different types of content. So on the top of funnel, where we bring people in, we need Instagram Reels and shareable content. Reels is Instagram's version of TikTok, these short vertical videos that you can record with your phone, and more often it's music, and it just shares surface level educational value. In your case, often it's just funny, but in your case, it should be educational, entertainment-based value that you share in this. And this type of posting format gets the most organic reach on Instagram, and it has the longest content shelf life. So a reel that you put out can reach people up to 14 days, whereas when you put out a post, you can only reach people up to 48 hours. So the shelf life of Reels is significantly longer, and this is why it's the perfect top of funnel content. So let me show you how I do that. So on my Instagram, let me refresh that. You can see I have the Reel tab, and I almost put out Reels on a daily basis. The key is for me that you can see I have some Reels perform better than others. Everything is small here, so you probably are surprised that I still can get clients even with this small following, but it's totally possible because I'm driving traffic. But yeah, you see there are Reels that have more views and Reels that have less views. And I realized that when I talk about topics that apply to a broader audience than coaches, course creators, and people that want to build a brand online using funnels and Facebook ads and leverage organic content, which is a kind of specific niche, right? And I figured when I put out more general content, I get a lot more reach. So here I talked about what it means to be a single mom and how it's the most humbling and most empowering experience I ever had in my life. And it's the Reel that got the most reach on my account. However, this type of content doesn't help me to convert. So I figured that it's better to put out Reels that are really related with not what I offer directly. I'm not too much into pushing always, sign up now, you need a Facebook ads coach and you need to build your funnels, all that. But I like to have it at least related and relevant to the people that I help and the things that I go through and experience in my business. And although this gets less reach, it converts better. One of my best converting Reel, in fact, was troubleshooting an ad campaign of one of my members. So this only has 400 views, but it got me 4 members. And this is because I showed in here the campaign of one of my members. The conversion campaign stopped to perform completely, and I reset the campaign up with new audiences, and within 24 hours we had, I think, 3 sales for half the cost per sale. And I was just sharing this, and this got me 4 people in, although it had just a total of 400 views. But the beauty was that because I'm driving traffic, and I'm sharing how I drive traffic in a second with you, I got the right eyeballs on it. So even if this is top of funnel content, and even if it's there to increase your reach and to create awareness around you, it still should be related with your audience, what you have to offer, and what you want to share with them. I always like to think about my content as this is something I would tell my friend, my ideal client, because I think they need to know about this, or they need to hear this right now. So this is it for the Reels part. I also, top of funnel, like to use shareable content, which is just posts like this, where, for example, here I like to, although I'm all about funnels and ads, I also like to talk about mindset things that are relevant for me as a person and in my business. So here I talk about how vulnerability is different than weakness, and how choosing to rather face rejection than feel regret is the purest form of reclaiming your power. So as you can see, it's not related to ads and funnels at all, but it's something that has helped me to grow as a person and to grow in my business. And this is why I like to share it, and people like to share it further. So I'm weaving these in with Reels, but definitely the most amount of top of funnel content is Reels for me. And in this planner, I've put 50 Instagram Reel ideas that will allow you to showcase your expertise and attract clients in that way. So they're specifically for coaches and course creators. And I also created some templates for you for this shareable type of content. Because there are certain formats, like when it's in this quote style, that just get more shares and people like to engage more with. Then we have the middle of funnel content, or the consideration content. Here we want to have your social proof, so screenshots, of course, and also valuable carousel posts. What I actually like to do is I like to write valuable captions for my Reels already. So I like to go a little bit deeper on the topics that I talk about in my Reels description. And then I just take the caption and I put it into a carousel. So in here you have as well some carousel templates that you can use. And I just like to scroll how I find, so you can use the 50 Instagram Reels ideas that I put in there for you. But what I also like to do is I just like to go on the Reels tab, scrolling through the Reels, and then see if a Reel grabs my attention where I think, oh, I can tweak this and make it relevant to my niche and my offer and how I help people. And what I like to do is I always like to tap below on the sound, and I like to see if the sound has anywhere between 200 and 800 reels created with it, which means that it's trending. And it just really helps you to get more organic reach if you jump on reels that are trending and sounds that are trending. So this is also a way that I like to get ideas. Usually when it sparks the idea of how I can talk about it related to my business and to how I help people, this is when I come up with the caption for it, and then I repurpose the caption into a carousel. So the last type of content, and this is where you actually sell, is your stories. And as I just said, in your stories, there should be a mix of the trickle effect, so where you showcase how your life is right now because you're walking your talk and you're living what you teach others. So, I can do yoga anytime during the day. I can go and buy flowers anytime during the day. I can spend a lot of time with my son because I've built this membership that is semi-passive and just allows me to finance my life like that while not having to work a 9-to-5 and have my own schedule and follow my passion. So it's these type of posts that just authentically show how my life looks like and how I spend it, which also helps me to show my values. And the other part is just those screenshots. Constant screenshots every day of people that give you positive feedback, people that joined you, people that have success. And really that is all that you need to do in a sense of content. The next thing that you need to do is drive the right traffic. So as I said, this is a lead generation campaign. I'm in Facebook's Ads Manager. When you create it, this is the campaign objective that you need to choose. You want to have a strategic freebie, something that is helpful and relevant for your ideal client and for your ideal client only, and is reverse engineered from your backend offer. So in my case, I have the 50 Instagram Reel ideas that you also get in the planner as my lead generation, as my strategic freebie for my lead generation campaign. As you can see, it gives me 65 cents per subscriber, which is really, really low because I'm only targeting coaches and course creators from the United States, Canada, Australia. And this is very, very competitive audience. So for the making money online niche, these are ridiculously low cost per email subscriber. So how it works is people see the ad, they click on it, this form pops up, so you don't even need a website to make this happen. People enter the email address, agree to the privacy policy. I tell them, thanks, you're all set. You receive an email with the real ideas in the next 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's connect on Instagram. I'm sharing more helpful resources there frequently. And a huge part of the people that just downloaded your planner, because you opened up this gap of it will arrive within the next 10 minutes. So you actually created waiting time for them in their head. So this is when they feel like, oh, okay, I can check it out because I have to wait for it now. Anyways, majority of the people will click through, and not the majority of people will follow you, but they will see your account and your content. And if you create the content in a way that I just shared with you, a huge amount of people will reach out to you and say, hey, how can I work with you? Many of them will understand it's from your posts, but some will also just reach out and ask how they can work with you. Because my membership is closed right now, I don't have the link to my sales page here in the bio, but how people were coming in before that was that they would click the link in the bio, just go and sign up, or if there was something unclear, they would reach out, and then I just explained to them how it works. So there was no hard selling or direct messaging BS. It's just, they just asked me if I can help them, and I honestly listened to where they are in their journey, figured out if I can help them, and if they were a good fit, I told them, yeah, please go ahead and sign up for light or for premium, whatever was the better fit for them. All right, so this video got a little bit longer than I thought, but I just wanted to really give you all the details so that you can now go ahead and start to implement the strategy. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. If you want a planner, reach out to me on Instagram. And yeah, if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to see you in the next video. Bye.